G'day and welcome to another One Punch Man the Strongest account review. So today's video I'm going to review one of my Z tier members' accounts, being Soulionaire. So before I begin my review, I'm going to address some following notes that he has provided me. So first of all, he has given me permission to showing off his overall top up of his account. So he currently has $23,000 invested into his account. Now, some other things to mention, he did want to say that he now sold his soul to Moonton and that there was never a boycott on One Punch Man to begin with, which is definitely highly believable, right? He definitely wasn't the one who wanted to boycott the bomb backup stick, even though you can see clearly right in front of us, who has no voice line at all, he may or may not have gotten bombed. And Soulionaire, also known as boycott bomb backup stick, because we need to boycott that bomb backup stick. These devs are stupid. Also, he gave me a heads up that he only gets units that he genuinely likes, not because they are OP or anything. So he doesn't really focus on the meta game-breaking characters. Instead, he just pulls for characters that he does like, which is completely fine. Just enjoy the game as how you want to enjoy it. He is a heavy Zombie Man advocate, as I will get into later on in this video. But speaking of which, he also said that he used to have a 6-star exclusive badge onto Zombie Man, but he reverted it so that he can put it on ATT, which I do have some issues with, but I'll talk about that later. But he might get Zombie Man's exclusive badge back to 6 stars again. So I do have things to say about it, but he can do whatever he wants. I'm just going to give my personal advice on anything. So before I do go into the video then, I'll give a quick disclaimer before I review his account, since there are many things that he can do to change his account as I glimpsed over it. So this is all just my personal advice for if you want your account to be as strong as possible. So it is entirely up to you if you want to change certain habits. Otherwise, playing for fun is perfectly fine. So I just wanted to get that point across because there is a lot of insightful info that I will be giving out in this video. So without further ado, let's look into his overall sack distribution. So for his overall sacks he has onto his account, he has a total of 652, where his main character that he is focusing on is Zombie Man with 145 sacks, which is equal to 22% of his overall distribution, which is interesting because, well, Zombie Man's quite outdated by now, but he is a strong Zombie Man advocate, so I guess I can see that, but meta-wise, he really shouldn't be highly invested into at all because he's a core character and he is very outdated right now. But he also does focus on other characters such as ATT, Watchdog Man, RMG, and Boros, where they all somewhat have similar sack distribution. So I would probably recommend to drop one of them off, like Boros for example. He might just use them for PvE because he has 77 sacks into him. But the reason why they have so many sacks into them is if you look at the exclusive badge of these 4 characters in particular, they are all 6-star badges, which is absolutely abysmal. I am no supporter of this whatsoever. The highest you would go with badges, if you don't have like 1,000 plus sacks that you can put onto your accounts, is that I would probably keep your badges at 4 at a maximum. You can go to 5 if they like your strongest unit or a very tanky unit, but I wouldn't go up to 6 at all, as you're wasting as you are wasting an additional 24 sacks. It is absolutely insane that you have this onto 4 characters. 220 of your sacks have gone into 4 exclusive badges, which is like 1/3 of your overall account. So like, I would definitely instead put them into gears such as your ATT for example, where you have 0 sacks onto her gears, but you do have sacks onto her buff gears, where buff gears normally reflect their stats based on the gears equipped onto your character. So if you do put sacks onto your gears, then you will have a higher attack, but he has not done that. He's only just touched the buff gears, which is very interesting. And as you can see in the Zombie Man gears as well, he has 86 sacks, so he has 6-starred and orange gear and 4-starred and orange gear on Zombie Man, which I would also not recommend unless he's gonna use those gears for Carnage Kabuto Plus. So not entirely sure if he's going to do that, because he really does like Zombie Man. But from a meta side of things, I would definitely revert Zombie Man and not have those sacks into his gears at all. Use those sacks on his gears and put them onto ATT instead. Just spread them evenly on ATT's gears or other people's gears, like maybe Watchdog Man, for example. So that's one thing. Or you could unlock ATT's third page talent, because whoever is your main unit, you can open their page 3 talents to get their BP as high as possible, as well as to buff up some of their stats. So I don't know now who your main unit is. I think it is Zombie Man, but he doesn't even have page 3 as well, so don't unlock his page 3, but I'm very confused on what the hell is going on here. So just other things to look at, he also does have sacks onto Watchdog Man's gears. Now the reason I'm saying that is because it is speed. He does have a speed star being SSR Amai, but he's nowhere on this spreadsheet because he doesn't invest into him at all. So from a PvP perspective, if you do want to be competitive, I would recommend actually using SSR Amai as your speed star, as this will progress you further into PvP. Now I don't know if you just focus on PvE solely, because you do have Boros quite heavily invested into. But I would probably revert Boros, or especially his bloody, exclusive badges. You should not be putting exclusive badges on like anyone, man. Like 6 stars, that's crazy. But definitely use SSR Amai for your PvP team if you do want to be high in that regard. I would recommend using him. Just other things to point out, he does use Garo and Goketsu. I guess this is fine. It's only 30 sacks, which is fine. I just realized as well, he has so many keepsakes. He has a total of like 8 keepsakes on characters. That also includes Drive Knight, which he did get, and he's currently working on an extreme training. But you can keep the sacks onto Garo and Goketsu if they're useful for other game modes. Then with Bangpu, Gira and G4, I don't understand why you do have a lot of page 1 talents. You could revert all those page 1 talents on those characters in particular, or you can do it for Goketsu and Garo as well. If you are wanting to get more sacks, but otherwise you can keep them as they are for now if you do use them. So this is his overall distribution. I do have a lot of issues with it from a meta side of things, but this is what he has done. So I will now look through each of his characters. So since he has a lot of sacks on Zombie Man, why don't we start with Zombie Man? So he has 260,000 attack with 3.2 million HP. Now already an issue I do have is that Zombie Man, you do want to get his attack more than his HP, just because for that healing it would be better if you can get attack for his healing. If he does use him as a healer, or he probably does use him as a tank, but then you have Watchdog Man who has less HP than Zombie Man, which is quite concerning to me. But I will check out what he has done into his Zombie Man. He has State 21 on his Zombie Man, which is a fairly invested Zombie Man. He does have 5 stars, which is perfectly fine because in PvE he's great. He gets 6 revives instead of 4. So this I'm completely fine with since I do have it as well. He does have his Awakening to 3p, which is very interesting, as well as which I just wanted to point out, he doesn't have anyone's 5p Awakening, which by the time you have played this game, you can have one person, and I would probably put it onto ATT because you do have a keepsake, and it will make her survive a lot longer in PvP and PvE. So I'm surprised you haven't done so yet. I would definitely revert the Awakening on like Garo, especially Zombie Man, and then a bit on Watchdog Man so you can get ATT to 5p. Entirely up to you. Just from a meta side of things, I would definitely get the Awakening off of Zombie Man. And then with his talents, he has page 1 and 2. He has an HP sigil or vitality sigil. He has Ruthless, which is completely fine, and he has bonus damage reduction. So these sigils are good for Zombie Man. I just don't like how he is a main character, but I guess I'm not going to judge on him because he does have his keepsake, which was useful, I guess, back in the day, but not really anymore. But I'm surprised he has 3 stars and not 6 stars onto Zombie Man, which is interesting since, well, all these characters do. And then, so you can see with his gears that look, that's 6 stars, which is insane. Now, I don't know what his decision or direction with this account is when CK Plus comes out, or Carnage Kabuto, because these gears will work tremendously with Carnage. So if Carnage is going to be your main unit, you can put this gear set onto him. It's going to work very well. Hopefully you do that. If you don't, you do you. So you don't need to revert this, I guess, if you're just gonna play the long game until December comes. So I won't judge you there. And then there is no investment whatsoever in his buff gears. So interesting type of zombie man you have there, mate. So now I'll actually go through his most powerful character who has less sacks onto them, which is ATT. So she has 500k attack with 2 million HP, which is interesting because you could put those sacks into her gears. That is just my recommendation there. So he also has her to 5 stars, which is completely fine. I would recommend probably getting her to 5p. Now I would recommend getting RMG to 5p because this would help you out in PvE in particular, but I don't know if you do have enough villain resources to get her 5p. I think you have a lot more heroes, so that's why I'd recommend get ATTs instead, just to make her survive longer. And this is interesting. You have not even touched her page 3. Very interesting, and you put pain sigils, which is fine. I would probably put sword because she is your strongest character, but pain works completely fine as a substitute. So I'm surprised you don't have her page 3 unlocked. I would recommend to get her page 3 unlocked since she is your main character, so this would boost her BP tremendously. You don't have to open all 3 talents, you can just open her attacking sigils. You don't really need to open her support sigils, but that's entirely up to you. So you can put 30 sacks into this talent page, in my opinion. As well as this, keepsake, so she is powerful, and you should revert this bloody badge to 5 stars at most. Maybe just keep it at 4, but as your main character, you can go to 5 if you want to survive more, because you only have 2 million HP, where with me, I only have a 4-star exclusive badge, and I have like 2.6 million HP. This badge doesn't really increase your HP that drastically, surprisingly, so I definitely recommend. You're wasting a lot of sacks on your exclusive badges, so just a personal note on my end. You also have 3 speed, jeez, okay, well, this is why I also recommended to use SSR Amai, because then you can focus all of your attack gears onto your heavy hitters, such as ATT, because then Amai will speed them up and then she'll be able to use it straight away. And especially if you have that synergy, like you do with Drive Knight and ATT, this is going to benefit very well. So I would recommend trying to put all of your attack pieces. Like, look, you do have attack pieces. You have some for free as well. They're just not even being used whatsoever. I would definitely put them onto her straight away. Use SSR Amai. Please don't neglect SSR Amai. You do have gears on him, which I'm surprised you're not even touching him whatsoever. Now, you have a monk? Okay. Well, you definitely want to use speed instead. These do not matter, these two, honestly. So I'm just gonna replace these here. Because look at that, your Amai is pretty fast. You can put all those sacks that you put into those gears, like in Zombie Man, into Amai. Definitely get his speed up, then you can use him in your main lineup, so then you can focus all on attack onto ATT, for example, or RMG, or you can put all your HP gears into Watchdog Man instead. So, what the hell is this? Why is this attack? Oh my god. Okay, well, anyways, off track, I'm talking too much. Let me actually go continue with this review. So, you did invest into her buff gears at least. 1 attack bonus, not too bad, with 2 regular flat attack. Flat attack, damage rate, bonus damage, that's kind of alright as well. Crit isn't important on ATT, so this SP gear doesn't really matter. You just want attack probably, which you do have 2. So these buff gears are fine. You don't really need to invest highly into her or re-rolling her buff gears, so that's all completely fine. Okay, I did touch bases with Watchdog Man a little bit going over ATT, but this is Watchdog Man where he has just under 3 million HP, which is lower than Zombie Man, so I would definitely recommend to swap this around and definitely make Watchdog Man as high HP as you can. He does have his keepsake, so this is quite useful in PvP as well. And well, I would probably push this down to at least 5 stars. You don't really need to put those 6 because 24 sacks is very valuable. So that's just my advice. And this get this gear out. You need to put HP. This is in HP as well? What? Do you have HP bonus? I know you do. Yes. Yes, you do. Yeah, well, this is the one from Zombie Man. Okay, definitely put HP bonus into him, please. I know this is a casual set, but like, sets aren't super important when it comes to tanky characters. So, definitely get your HP as high as possible you can with Watchdog Man. Please do that. And I guess these have not been touched because this is pretty bad. Defense bonus, this is very bad, and then this is very bad. I guess you don't need to touch it at all. Well, normally with buff gears, I would prioritize focusing on speedsters first because you need as high speed as you can for PvP, which you aren't working on. So I don't know what you want to do there, but interesting on Watchdog Man, who has less bloody HP than Zombie Man. And I guess these are his sigils. Why do you have a sword sigil? You should not be putting a sword sigil onto Watchdog Man. You shouldn't be putting anything at all. I'll probably put a piercing sigil instead because his ult damage can at least go through instead of making your enemies block that attack. And then this is all completely fine. That's all fine. But please rework your Watchdog Man. Make him more HP heavy than your Zombie Man. RMG. Okay, so she has 375k attack with 2.5 million HP, which is a lot higher than ATT. Interesting. Her crit is only 34% as well, which is quite concerning. Which I will going to check. You only have one sigil, which I did find interesting. I'm surprised you didn't work on RMG. You haven't even finished her second page. Which is interesting because she is better than Boros. You do have a fairly invested Boros. I'd recommend focusing all of Boros's materials and put them onto RMG instead. That is for starters because she is a lot more useful in PvE and against like Clubhouse Boros, for example. You do have a keepsake. Her 5p would have been useful, but I don't think you do plan on getting a villain 5p right now. I don't know if you do have enough resources to do that. Please revert that to at least 4 stars, the exclusive badge. The keepsake's completely fine. You have Flash. Interesting. It does increase her lifesteal rate, which isn't too bad, but I would focus putting just a broken attack set as well to get more attack with her, because then you'll get more out of her, because the lifesteal, it's completely fine just using her. Oh, you don't need to increase it, she gets full health anyways. So god, I don't know what to say. Just work your speed gears, just put them onto SSR and my, because you have 3 stars on the speed gear, for example, but make sure you use a set bonus. So I would recommend working on this monk set because you do have 2 orange, and just put your sacks into it, because using a full monk set with at least 1 orange gear is faster than a full broken set of any type of gear set with speed. So definitely do that. Put attack into both ATT and RMG. And then buff gears wise, this is an okay buff gear with 1 attack bonus. This is okay as well with 1 damage rate and 2 flat attack. And then this one, you would want crit. You will need crit for her. She does rely heavily on crit. Getting at least 60% in my opinion is beneficial, and you can stop touching it, but you only have 34. So if you do want to work on RMG, then I would recommend rerolling this buff gear and getting at least 1 or 2 at most crit onto this SP gear. Alright, so Boros, he has 300k attack with 2.1 million HP, which is still more than ATT. What the hell is going on here? And he only has 28 crit. You need to work on crit, mate. That's all I can say. He does have 1 sword sigil, which I would probably recommend reverting Boros, but I do note that he does have Boros's keepsake as well. But please put this to 4 stars as well. Primal, okay, this is a completely fine set, to be fair. If you can put attack instead, I would recommend putting attack, because then these buff gear, he has a mixed. If you do want more damage in Club Boss Boros or whatnot, definitely change these to attack and then change this to attack if you do have attack. You do have attack. Okay, well, I would not put HP, but if you don't have any primal, that is quite beneficial onto. You do! You do! Okay, maybe not with the boots, but it's fine just using a purple. It's completely fine. But please focus on attack with him. And then these buff gears, this one's not good on him. That was absolutely terrible. And then there's no roll on that as well. You really want to get crit on both Boros or RMG, but you do not have a lot of buff gear materials, which is interesting. So I wonder what you are working on. Let me also just quickly check all this. Oh, 15, and as a leader, this is interesting. He's not really highly invested into as a leader. I will have to check your training hall, because I think I did note that there is a bit of a problem that I have with training hall. Why is he not leveled up as well? He's your leader. Hold on. Let me just see. Your average right now is 103. if I fully level this up and it goes to 104... Okay, it didn't. But I think you can. Hold on, let me look. If you look here, yeah, mates, you should level up your healers, your leaders. You look at that. Now your average went to 104 instead of 103. Okay, well, I guess I'll talk about that during the training center segment. You can evolve Boros as well. Oh my god! Wait, you can level up all of them. Oh my. Okay. You have so much XP bottles. I will do this for you after this whole video. I'll do this off camera, but you'll definitely go up to like what? Probably 05 on average. That is Jesus. Okay, right. Anyways, let me finish off this segment because this has gone for like what, nearly 20 minutes. So I just want to go over someone like Drive Knight because he just got this and he's working on Drive Knights in the extreme training at the moment. So with those stats here, I don't think he's investing into him. He's just a support because there's not really too much sacks into him overall. He only has 17. So this is what he looks like. HP bonus, damn. Okay, well he does have fully attack and 1 HP. But this is surprising because all this you could use on ATT or on RMG instead. I would probably do that instead, but just my personal take of things. And he actually has 3 stars on this keepsake badge. Thank goodness, God. Okay, well that is interesting. And then I guess I can quickly go or glimpse over Garo for those interested. So this is what his Garo looks like. This is his attack stats. And then you can also look at his, because he does have his keepsake. He has a gangster set, which is, this set's completely fine. You would want to get that attack, if not, that's fine. Nothing onto his buff gears. And then with Goketsu, ooh, he has a split thing, so he must have HP. What are you okay. Well then in that case, oh no, whoops, I removed that HP. Put HP. Oh crap, you don't have HP, but just put HP because they actually, they rely on your gears. You have no attack, or you have a little bit attack, but that won't boost your BP one bit, so just do that. Okay, well, other than that, he did heavily promote to boycott the bomb backup stick, but well, he has retracted the statement since he has sold his soul to Moonton and now has gotten Bangpoo. So shame on you, didn't keep your word, but I figured because you do need Bangpoo or else this game is quite unplayable without him, which is a bit annoying, but he does, okay, this set's completely fine. Finally, you have someone completely fine in Bangpoo because he doesn't need too much investment and a magic set is perfectly fine on him. And then these aren't invested into. Why do you have attack? Oh my god. Like, you should, even using purple gears is perfectly fine, the buff gears. Because look at that, you can see the increase in BP. Alright, just, the rarity doesn't matter. Ideally though, you would want orange, but just go to purple if you can't. Then he has him to 4 stars. Okay, cool. Now before I end this segment off, look who we have here. He has made some very interesting financial decisions where he has not even put 1 sack. Look at this, nothing is into Bakuzan. And he got him. Like, why? Why, man? I guess if you like him, but he's not even using him in his team. This is his main lineup. There's no Bakuzan. I would probably even replace him. Well, actually, he's pretty bad. But, well, I really wouldn't really use him overall. You could replace with Watchdog Man, but I like your Watchdog Man's invested into and he is quite useful. I don't know what your decision making with Bakuzan is. Alright, this is long ass segment. Let's just move on. But yeah, there is so much you can work with your characters. I hope this was quite insightful. Hopefully I didn't miss out on anything, because I know there was a lot to talk about here. So yeah, just rework a lot of your characters. Make sure ATT is your main attacking unit, or RMG, but I think you would want to focus on ATT. And make Watchdog Man as high HP as possible, because he will also be helpful with Carnage Kabuto when he comes out. So going through his leaderboard, he is on server 58. So this is what the leaderboard on his server looks like, where he is ranked 82nd BP wise. And in this bracket, you do have Rise as the top club. And then in regards to his stage rankings, he is ranked 69, so he does progress fairly high into those elite stages. His strongest character is 108, which is concerning because technically with all those sacks you can get a fairly invested into ATT. But yeah, this is very interesting. That's why I would recommend opening her third page and getting all the sigils so you can boost up her BP drastically, as well as putting all those sacks that you put onto Zombie Man into ATT instead. And then currently he is ranked 3rd in the club rankings as he is a part of Z City. Also speaking of club wars, this is currently in my brackets. This is my club and we are winning. So I'm just going to bet on me because, well, we are winning. The war will end in about 3 hours from recording this video, and we are winning, and we won no matter what, so GG's to Omega Kick. Alright, so, going through Arena. He is currently ranked 75th, which is pretty good for where he's ranking his BP-wise. But, there are some people that don't use speedsters as well, so I will test this team out. But I would recommend to use a Mai. Now, how to fit him in your team is quite challenging. I would either replace him for Watchdog Man, but if you are using Watchdog Man, then instead you can replace for RMG, because RMG's effectiveness is quite down now, especially because you don't have her 5p, so she starts doing her passive follow-ups from the second turn onwards, so I would probably recommend replacing RMG, and then in that sense you can speed these two characters, put this first and then ATT second, because Drive Knight is automatically last no matter what, he can't be sped up. But I won't touch this for now, I'll just keep your team as it is. This was here, so I'll just see how your team performs, and hopefully I can put up one higher against someone. Now, who could I fight? I might fight Jonas. I know he does have SSR Amai, but he only has Amai, ATT, and Gira as his LSSRs, and then Chose to boost up ATT's dot. So I guess I will see how well you can perform here. So also, I would definitely recommend using SSR Amai, because look, his SSR Amai is faster, so then he can use now his Atomic and ATT, whereas you can't use any of them, you just have your speed gears into Watchdog Man and whatnot. So let's just see how this battle goes. There you go. Well, I just pushed you up 18 places. Now, some issues that I did have with your replay when I just fought against that dude is, one, your zombie man isn't fast enough to use his ultimate. So I would probably recommend doing that first of all to get healing. Second of all, well, Zombie Man isn't really overly used, because if he does die from strong ATT users with a dot, if she does one-shot Zombie Man, then basically Zombie Man ain't gonna do anything, and then he's gonna be constantly reviving and dying, which will ultimately make your enemy's ATT constantly healing no matter what. So that's why I don't really recommend using Zombie Man. But I mean, I guess it's fine because you do have a somewhat high HP Zombie Man, so against him, Jonas, it was fine. But if you do go against these higher people, for example, who have definitely stronger ATT, then yeah, that is quite an issue I have with it. But I would definitely recommend using SSRMI, probably for RMG, because your RMG isn't 5p. And this is how I would probably configure your team. So I would recommend trying this team out if you do want to be more competitive in PvP, and then just let me know how it goes. If you do decide to do this, this is entirely up to you. Alright, going through Peak Arena, he is currently ranked 85th overall, with his hero standings being 72, and his villain standings being 102. Now, he doesn't have that too many of those villain LSSRs, but he does have SSR plus Makuzan, so that is an issue on my end. Oh, interesting. He buys this, which I wouldn't advise because it's quite a scam and very RNG heavy. You just keep doing a Nightmare Conquerors challenge. That's how I have so many orange buff gears. Definitely get the Ascension cards, and then normally I try to spend my extra gold tokens on cores. You have a lot of villain cores. Also, maybe you can 5p RMG, which is what I would recommend doing that. But okay, well, I'd normally do the sacks and then the cores. Now, only just whoever you want to focus on, because these can be quite expensive. They're 5,000 each for every week, so yeah. I might want to progress further into his thing. I might just do one battle here, because, well, this is a very strong team. So, he definitely... Oh, he does use someone here. Well, he can definitely progress much further if he is bothered to play this game mode. Like, for example... Ooh, maybe against Elite. Okay, well, definitely against you, but I'm gonna try Elite. Let me see how this goes. I just realized I need to skip it. Oh my god, well, he won anyways. But one thing I have an issue with, put Watchdog Man as your make him speed up, because speed does not affect him no matter what, so that's a mistake on my end. But let me actually quickly do another battle. I think you can beat... Oh wait, no, he's ranked 14. Oh, maybe not. I think I'm getting a bit cocky here. Oh, but he has no speedster. Oh, okay, I think you could beat him. Hold on, let me see how this works. now he's ranked 14. Now, I know not a lot of people play Figurine anymore. Oh, that's his peak. Nice. But I would recommend spending some spare time if you have into this, because with your hero team, because this is like basically the exact same hero team I use, and I'm very strong in that. So you can definitely progress so much higher. Now with his villain side, however, he's not even using Bakuzan. Well, I don't even think he touches this game mode, but I'd probably remove. Don't know if I want to remove Carnage or Boros. He does have a highly invested Boros, but he doesn't even invest into his Bakuzan, which is very interesting. But he can definitely progress a lot further in both of these. Yeah, he can 100%. Okay, I won't touch villain, but he definitely can progress so much higher. So if you do have the time, please invest into your big arena. And in regards to his Life Clash, he does not play Life Clash, as you can see here. So just if you're curious about the leaderboards, this is what the leaderboard in his server bracket looks like, and this is the current leaderboard standings as of the November season. Now going through Dojo Clash, so he's currently 224. Damn, how many challenges? Oh no, he has 5. Interesting. I guess why? I'm surprised. I guess he might not be able to beat a lot of these people. These are his current team lineups, which, from looking at a glance, why is Drive Knights... Okay, I do have issues with your teams. Hold on, let me go to your lineup. Normally, you would want to make 2 teams your strongest. So, for example, it would be your Bangpoo and your Giro team. So with your Bangpoo team, definitely put ATT in there. And I would put Bakuzan, because against other Bangpoo users, he will be useful. So I think I would use your main team in here. With, what you call it? Oh, Zombie Man, that's a problem. Because then with your... Well, actually, to be fair, you don't need to win all 3. So I guess this can be completely fine. You can put RMG, but I kind of want to use RMG in your second team here, where you have Giro's call instead. And Goketsu does work with Bangpoo, but I'm going to use Bakuzan instead. So I guess this can be a decent team to try out. You can try out this team, for example. Anyone on this team, yeah, you can play around with it. But I would definitely recommend, for example, making these 2 teams your main teams in Dojo. There we go. Because normally, as long as you beat 2 of these teams, you'll progress through. So yeah, I'm just gonna point that out. But you don't have to fight this guy. You can fight someone as low as this, and then just manipulate it so that you can beat his 2 weakest teams with your 2 strongest teams, like that. And then you can progress much further. So yeah, I'm just gonna give you advice on that. Oh my. Also, what do you spend? Wow, he is not touched. Okay, well, get this Ascension card wise, and with the rest, every 2 weeks, always get the Ascension cards. And if you can spare, the reset locks are amazing. I won't touch it because I don't know what you want to do. If you do need reset locks, you don't really need this, but if you do have the spare gold, then go for it. Otherwise, always spend. Look at how many silver things you have. Always spend it. You get 100 cores every 2 weeks, which is phenomenal. And then if you do need buff gear materials, also get these. These are actually quite useful. I need to get these ones in particular because I'm trying to get a 3rd speed to my buff gears. So this one's actually very helpful, but I would recommend these as your spending habit. And finally, we have Endless Battle Zone, which he has not touched, and I don't know if he really touches highly. This is his team, which is his main team. So with this, for example, I would still definitely use Amai, but yep, that's just been my recommendation throughout the whole video. So try that if you do have the time to do this game mode. Otherwise, you don't really need to do this game mode, but actually I would want to do this game mode because you can get these orange emblem chests, which are very useful. Now you do have enough, so I want to buy one for you. You might have wanted the purple ones, but sorry mate, because the orange ones are so valuable here. So definitely always get the orange, if not some purple ones in the week, but definitely get 2 of these orange ones throughout the month. Now then, going through his club bossing features. So first off, we have Club Boss Boros, which this is his main team. Okay, I would definitely first of all use Giro's level 4 core because he does boost ult damage, where you don't really need this quadruple max HP for the first 2 rounds. Just use his level 4 core. Now, in this regard, this team is fairly solid. Now, do you have Lightning Genji? You do! Oh, but he's not in your training center. Because then what I would recommend is using Bangpu core instead. And then putting Lightning Genji, for example, into Watchdog Man's place. And then this would be a very solid team to use. But I'll just use your regular team at the moment, so people, if they are curious what your damage is like. Okay, I would stop using Watchdog Man's ultimate first of all. Yeah, and oh, actually, you can use Watchdog Man's ultimate, but then I wouldn't recommend using Zombie Man's ultimate. So I guess this is just my advice. I guess I can do that instead. But you might want to use the heals from Zombie Man's ult. So I guess that's his damage if you don't use Zombie Man's ult so that he can't heal. And then let me just do a quick session where instead if he does use Zombie Man's ult instead, does he go higher? He goes lower. Okay, so I would recommend using Watchdog Man's ultimate, so you can keep that, but don't use Zombie Man's ultimate because the injury will help out your RMG tremendously. So he does do about 400 million attack per attempt. Now, going through his resist invasion, he has not unlocked Giro Giro, which makes no sense because his account is fairly strong enough to get at least into Giro Giro. Now, what I did notice, he has been playing this game mode completely wrong. We're the strongest team you need to use in the 3rd round, which he has not done at all. Oh my god. I am astonished on what the heck I don't know if he's touched this in a very long time. But I'm going to fix this right now for you. So let me fix up your 3 teams very quickly. Okay, so with reconfiguring your teams, this is what I would personally go. So getting all these dot characters for your first team using Giro Giro's core. For your second team, you can use Child Emperor and get all these shadow characters. Now, these squids actually do have shadow, so they are quite useful for this game mode. And finally, I would use Bangpu's core. With Lightning Genji, I would recommend putting him into your members. Make him a member in your training center because he does buff up everyone's attack with shields, which Bangpu's core does provide. So definitely in this live demonstration right now, I'm going to show you that you are going to beat Goketsu right here, right now. I am 100% certain that it is going to happen. Now I'm just going to fix all of those ultimates. Let me want to remove you. You don't need to use Lightning Genjis. You don't. It's fine. But as you can see here, come on, you need to get... Look at that! 140 million. And you've instantly unlocked Giro Giro. And I know you can go through Giro Giro. So there you go, you unlocked Giro Giro. Now I can't fight Giro Giro because you can only choose one boss for the day. So I can't actually show you what layout you can use. But with the final... you've used your strongest team for the 3rd final battle, okay? So just flip them around. Read the descriptions carefully. With the first 2 battles, you use specific debuff teams. So with the first team, I'm pretty sure it was Dot with the first battle, and then Injury with the second battle, and then the 3rd battle, just use your Bangpu core with all those units I just used, and put Genji into your training center as a member. Alright, so let's also look into his World Disaster, because World Disaster is currently going on against Senti Choro. So I do want to go over this as well, because I did notice when I go into your exchange store that you still... okay, that was very unlucky, but you haven't been getting this Ascension card, bro. You're getting 1 Ascension card every week. Also get these cores, because you have so much gold. But also convert all these to bronze, and then you can use whatever you want with the bronze if you need certain materials to evolve people. You don't really need to get these, but with the amount of gold you do have, you can if you want to. But I'd probably not if you're in no desperate rush. Now that means then, for Senti Choro for example, because you have Bangpu's core, do you use Bangpu? No. Okay, well, you're definitely going to do so much more damage. I'm just going to skip all of this quickly with this current team that he has with Zombie Man and see how much damage he does. I accidentally skipped through the end screen, but he did manage to do 87 million damage from one instance with using Zombie Man's core. But now that he has Bangpoo's core, I am going to go back to the team layouts that I just used previously. So let me just do that real quick. So here's a team that I will definitely be using, for example. So let me go through this and not use Zombie Man's ult. And let me quickly skip through one instance of this where your Lightning Genji does die. That is because he is not in your training center, but I would advise to do so. But if I do skip through all of these, you do even more than double of the damage you just did. So please use Bangpoo's core and use this team that I am using, because you jumped drastically. You can now do double or like 240% more damage than you could with Zombie Man's core. I know you were boycotting the bomb core, allegedly, but please use him because he's actually really useful for this game. So please actually use him in all these game modes that you have not touched in a while. I can also look at his Epic Conquerors challenge and how far he has progressed. So he's only progressed up to stage 4, so he's beaten up to stage 3. And these are his current teams, where the charge is the current buff, so using Bakuzan is very effective. And in the second team, using Drive Knight is very effective. Now, with these boss battles, if you have your SSR Amai or anyone's speed that has greater than 1000, then you will be able to outspeed the boss. So I would recommend using speedsters in this game mode, because stunning them early doors is very useful to have. Now, he doesn't use any stunners, but if you do want to, some people that can help out is like Child Emperor, for example, which will be able to stun those in the back row if you do have formal, like Carnage Kabuto and Carnage Kabuto Plus in this instance. So I won't go through this game mode because this is a very long recording. So I'm just gonna give some advice like using stun strats, or you can check out my personal accounts update where I did manage to find ways in beating the Epic Conqueror challenge bosses where I use stun strats like Gale Wind and Lightning Max. So yeah, going through his emblems, he has only unlocked Undying Shield. What? This is very interesting, considering that he has bought, if I can go over to this benefits tab, he has bought the Emblem Supply Lifetime card. So that is very, very interesting that, well, he hasn't unlocked any of these. Now, it could just all be RNG, but surely by now, because it's been months, you could have gotten at least one of these purple cards. Interesting. So, this is level 1 as well, so I don't think he touches any of this whatsoever. What? He has 56. Where the hell has all of your emblem cards been going? Unless you've been using it on this, which in that case, please don't. Only wait when the raid up event occurs, because then you actually get more chances of orange. Huh. Okay. Please wait for raid up events. And then, well, you did have sword, for example, in that raid up. And hopefully you do get a purple. Oh, actually, speaking of which then, I can give advice right now then. Then go to Endless Battle Zone. I should have bought this for you then. Crap. But definitely get this, because this is for Undying and Sharp. So you can get this, and you have a random chance of getting that villain purple card I think you needed. And then you will be able to unlock the, the sword emblem. So, do that. Do EBZ. Just do it for a little bit of your time. And it will take some time, but just take out like what, 10-15 minutes of your day just quickly grinding as high as you can on that, then getting enough to get that chest, and then you should be able to unlock the Sharp Emblem. Now, in regards to his Mirage Trials, I did see he hasn't progressed highly far, but I'm pretty sure he can, because he has Bangpoo's core now. I guess it is quite time consuming. Yeah, okay, it's quite time consuming. You also do get vouchers, so please do this, because then you will have enough vouchers for the next raid up event, and then you can try to unlock all 4 emblems. I won't be doing this all for you because I am on a tight schedule with everything, so I'm going to leave it up to you to do this, but when you have time, also progress through these emblem challenges. Please don't stack up all these chances. Unless you can't progress further, of course, like me, I cannot progress further. But he does do bounty quests. He has done all 4 attempts. He doesn't buy anything, which is fine. He doesn't need to buy extra attempts, but he does do this. Interesting. So, please progress as far as you can. Now then, the training center, which I do want to go through because I think there were some concerning things. Like this, for example. Why have you not touched high-tech or duelist at all? Especially with the zombie man you have, you should be able to progress fairly far into it. But I guess you've just been lazy, because if you don't progress into this at all, you are drastically falling behind in the type training. As you can see, let me exit out here, please. As you can see here, because, well, Grapple and Esper are tier 12, while these two are tier 11. That's because these two are so low. I don't understand why. When you have the time, please progress as high as you can in here, and then you can stop. Alright? Now, in terms of member training, he has quite an even distribution. Not really, actually. He has 3 Espers and 3 Grapplers, which is quite concerning. Normally, you would want to get 2 of each type, so what I would personally recommend is getting Boros out of here, replace him for G4 or Child Emperor as your second high-tech. Then with your grapplers, you can replace Garo, and then you can replace him with Metal Bats. So the reason why is because then you can spread out all of your type resources evenly, so then you can get a higher training hall average. Now with his skill training, this will also increase the average skill training if you do spread them out all evenly, so 2 all types. But he actually has done quite well with 98 out of the 104 of his training types. So this is actually, he's been doing that correctly at least. But if you do want a higher training level, definitely put an extra high tech and a extra duelist, and then you can increase your skill training quite a bit, because then you can use those books that you have been neglecting on those 2 types. And also please replace Lightning Genji with someone in here, like maybe Terrible Tornado, because she's very useless now since you have ATT. And yeah, definitely put Lightning Genji into your team. Now then, going through his home features, so I do want to go over his training hall because, well, he has not completed all of them, if not any of them at all, which is highly concerning, as this is one of your heavy BP influences. So by that I mean this will drastically increase your battle power. Now, he does have wow, he's maxed out, I guess, attack and HP, and then that's it. He does not matter about the defense. But if you can see here, right, if you just increase that defense, even though defense is absolutely shit, but look, you're getting at least 2 or 3 figures sometimes increase into your BP. And especially if you're doing that for 4 of these types, for each of these 7 training halls, you can get a lot of BP from this. So what well, this is very time consuming now, because your your defense is so drastically low. But whenever you have time, this is what I did. If you're just watching a video, if you're lying down in bed, you're occupied with watching something else, just put this game up and just, I know it is quite tedious, but always do train 1 and not 10, because train 10, oh, that was okay, but you're gonna waste more books, because there's more chances of getting minus. So I would recommend to just spend, it does take hours, well now it's gonna take so many hours because you have not maxed out 1 hall. But to get a very high BP, you can drastically increase in the leaderboard if you do max these all out. So maybe you can work on maybe 1 of these a day, like maybe Grappler today, and then a Duelist next, High Tech next, and then just keep going up progressively hall by hall, because then you will drastically increase your BP. So I definitely would recommend that. It is time consuming, but I would recommend. Now, Laboratory. He has level 8 Zombie Man. Oh wow, that's actually fairly high. Oh my god. But everything else isn't as highly leveled. Now, this is also another factor to your BP increase. You have level 3 cores like Bakuzan, Bangpu, and Genos, where, for example, you have like a level 8 called Genos. So if you do shift out someone like Bakuzan, and then put a higher level core, for example, Genos here, look at that, your BP will go up drastically. Now sometimes you wouldn't want to do this because, oh wait, you haven't actually researched this to 8. Okay, what are you, let me actually, oh, can I not? Oh no, because this needs to be 8. Okay, but what, as I was saying, it does increase your BP drastically. Now I understand why some people don't put like Genos's core in here, for example, because all he does is increase dot boost and column attack. Dot boost actually is quite useful if you are using ATT, but column attack not so much. So for like Dr. Genos, for example, because his core buffs aren't really useful, like heal rate, yeah, this is completely useless. So for example then, I would instead shift in a much higher level core, so I would put either DSK, it's either injury boost or shield rate. I would put shield rate, just to help out with Bangpoo's core, and that will boost up your BP as well. So right now in your instance, because Bangpoo's only level 3, where, what stat does Bangpoo give? He only gives crit resistance rate. If you want to go BP wise, I would switch these out, so then you get more BP. It doesn't matter if they stay in here. This is all just for spare cores, so you can get a little bit of BP, but the main BP comes from the main laboratory, so this is what I would probably recommend for you at the moment, Soulionaire. Now, going through achievements, he isn't ranked at anything, but he is 20... Well, he has reached achievement level 23, so this is where he's at the moment, and these are all his figurines. Why have you not unlocked these? Oh my god. You've been playing for what, this? Oh my, I cannot believe it. You've been playing this game for like, what, a year? Have you not? Oh my, he hasn't. Alright, okay. Let's actually progress you further into this. Oh, you can't even skip. Oh my god. I can't believe I'm doing this for you. But let me complete these very quickly, because far out, you should have completed these at the very beginning of the game, not even like the first or second month of playing this game. Jesus fucking Christ, what am I going to do with you, mate? Alright, well, I finally freaking beat all of these. So let me actually check your bloody figurines right now, because I swear to God, they should... There we go. Yes, they've all unlocked. I cannot believe you haven't been doing this, because look at how much BP you are missing out on. It is astronomical. Oh my God. I can't really be bothered unlocking all of these, so I might leave this for you. But look, you're getting like, what, 1000 BP from every unlock you are? And especially, look at the totals. Oh my God. Your BP is going to be so high. Actually, you know what? Oh, I don't know if I want to do this for you. Actually, I will do this for you, because let's look at your BP right now, alright? 15 million. I don't even think it was 15 million when I started this video. Nope, because now you're ranked 72. Look at your BP. 15 million. Well, before it was a bit less, because now I reworked your laboratory. You should be upgrading your training halls, but just figurines alone, I'm going to show you how the increase works. So it's gone from 15 million to now 15.7 million BP. I legit just earned an extra 700k BP of just unlocking all of those figurines. Now you're ranked 64th on your server bracket, which is absolutely insane. I cannot believe you didn't unlock this for a year. They should have been unlocked ages ago. So anyways, I guess this is what his figurines look like. So if you want to know what characters he has, you can glimpse through all of this. But I cannot believe that you did not at all get up to this group 12 and then progress even further up here. You are missing out on so much BP. I am shocked how you miss all of this. Alright, going through Hero X Villain. He's currently on cycle 8 up to stage 11. So he's against Tank Top Master and Subterranean King. I know people have issues with Subterranean King, so nothing much really to do there, but I think I could try him because he has Bangpoo's core now, but he's currently ranked 49th in his bracket. Now, Okay, well, that explains one thing. He doesn't even use Bangpu's core, so let me actually adjust this very quickly. I'm going to try out this setup very quickly. I could use Garo, but Amai's shields will beef up Bangpu's shields. So, if he was having struggles with Subterranean King, I'm going to quickly just go through this and, oh, I wanted to skip, but, let me skip. Wow, would you look at that? He actually beat Subterranean King. That is crazy. Now with this one, I don't know if he can beat it. Bakuzan is kind of useless. But let me actually just see if I can beat Tank Top. I think he should be able to. Yeah, of course. Bro. Bruh. What are you doing, bruh? Is it Deep Sea King? Yes. Okay, I do have experience with Deep Sea King. But I'm not going to press further. But, yes. Use Bangpu's core. Please. Touch these features once in a while. Please. You should be touching him anyways for the hero backup stick because it's a challenge unless, well, you did rush through it, first of all. And, well, yeah, he can progress much further, but that was where he was at with Hero X Villain. Now, going over the penultimate thing, because this video has been so long, but now I've finally, at the end of this review, he has unlocked all of his memory cards, so he has been active in this sense, since he does have about 39,000 coins saved up, which can be used for a future feature where you can upgrade all of these memory cards. And in regards to his talents, he's, oh my god, the maximum amount is 1998, and he can finish it as of right now, which is very convenient. What a great time to review his account. Well, completely done with all this now, so he just can grind this if he wants to get as many coins for the upcoming memory card update. When is that supposed to be? I would have thought it would have been last month, but they did Epic Conquerors Challenge with red gears instead, so hopefully it's this month, so we'll have to wait and see. But he has finished memory cards and talent pages, so good on him with that. And the final thing I'm going to go through is his bag, where I'm also... Ooh, actually no, I won't touch this because he can do whatever he wants with this. But this is his bag, so he has 325 limited vouchers, which is good, so that he can get Carnage Kabuto. Now let me actually check, because, oh, there's no SSR tab first of all. I don't know if that was just a Southeast Asia exclusive thing. Huh. Well, I was going to check if he did have any spare monster materials, but evidently, as you saw, that he has unlocked SSR plus Bakuzan, he will unfortunately have to go through 180 black hair kicks to get Carnage Kabuto. So in that sense, he should be skipping Metal Bat, which is quite unfortunate, but it is what it is. So I'd probably recommend getting him Carnage Kabuto, then Gerugan Shoop. Now, for meta, if he does like Metal Bats, because he does go for characters he likes, then you would probably want to skip Carnage Kabuto. This is highly going against my advice, but if he's going for characters he really likes pulling for, then you definitely need Gerugan Shoop for the core, so you definitely have to get him no matter what. But you might as well, you can skip Carnage Kabuto for Metal Bat if that is your direction of playing the game. Alright, so you can do whatever you want in that sense, and then you can get Metal Bat's keepsake. If you get Metal Bat, get his keepsake. If you get Carnage, get his keepsake. You can't get both unless you are spending. If you are spending, then get both of them. But I would recommend trying to get Metal Bat to Awaken 2. So in that sense, you would want to skip Carnage Kabuto, and then get Metal Bat to Awaken 2, which will cost at a maximum around 400 black tickets, but you can be lucky in getting under. So I don't know what your plan is, and you do you. But other than that, this is what he has in his bag as well, so you can glimpse around and see what he currently has with his 17 sacks and all of these souls. Look at all these souls and keepsakes. He has 2 tank top tickets. So yeah, this is what his bag looks like for the time being. And finally, that has wrapped up the end of this review, so I would like to give a special thank you to Soulionaire for actually purchasing my subscription, because I cannot believe what he has done throughout his account. So hopefully some of my advice has been quite useful to you and as well as to all of you audiences. So hopefully there has been some tips there that has been very beneficial, as there are many things that I would have changed in this account, but I don't have the time to, and it's not my account, so this is entirely up to Soulionaire to do. So anyways, that wraps up the end of the video. I'd love to give shout outs to all of my amazing YouTube members, so special thanks to my X tier members being Gamma, Soulionaire, Blackshot, Swift, Oliver, and my new X tier member being Shinobu PK, my Y tier member being Dragon, and my Z tier members being Red Skunk, Zelion, Skies, and Creighton. Thank you all very much for your increasing amount of support, as you guys are massive contributors in making this type of content possible. So anyways, that's all for today, and I will catch you all next time.